Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. This is Analyst Kanju, aka the Kenyan Analyst, and today we're going to be looking at Power BI. And most of you, as you know it's a visualization tool. So we're going to just create a very simple report. I cannot create a dashboard because I need a work email for that. So we're just going to create a simple, a report. But if you have a work email, you can simply sign into Microsoft and you can be able to create a dashboard where people can interact with it. So let's dive right in. So we are going to be using data that we still use in our previous video. That is the sales data set from a top pharmacy company. And we're going to be looking at the most approved product. We want to know the most approved product, the quantity purchased by each sales division, and then we have the most purchased product. And we want to see all these three features in for each and every pharmacy where the products were bought for. So we want to see the most approved product, the quantity purchased by each sales division, the most purchased product for each pharmacy. That we have three pharmacies, so we're going to be looking at pharmacy one, pharmacy two, and pharmacy three, and then we're going to be able to see how we can export this into a PDF where we can actually present these insights um, insights using, or we can export it into a PDF and include it in our report where we can now accompany that with our, our other methods maybe. Yeah. So by the end of this video, you should be able to know how to create a very basic report, and then you should be able to also draw insight from your visualization. Don't just be creating visualization to make your report look beautiful. Make sure you are able to draw insights from your visualizations. So let's dive into it. So as you can see, I have already loaded my data set. So I have six variables. So I have the approval status, I have the focus products, I have the pharmacy, and I have also the RX quantity per week, the sales division, and unique ID. So our first visualization, we want to be able to tell to infer or draw insights and get the most approved product. And so what we need is we need the variables approval status and we need the focus product variable. So we're going to be using a stacked bar chart for this case. So if I want to start a chart, I just double click there and it will load over here. And then what I need the approval status and I need the focus product. So I'll have the focus product as my y-axis, and then I'll have the count of approval status as my x-axis. Well, the reason I'm doing the count because I cannot have the sum. You remember the approval status is a text. So what you can only do with the text to have a numerical inference is maybe have a count of it. So we had the approval status as either approved or in progress, and so we can only count that. So since I want the most approved, so I'll have to filter the approval status as approved. So I'll just come over here. Let me just expand this and I'll have drag my approval status over here, and then I'll filter to have it as approved. And as you can see, the chart has actually changed. So I need to get the quantity purchased by each sales division. So I want to see which sales divisions purchased more product, which sales division purchased the less products. So I'll use a pie chart because a pie chart is more appropriate since we have only three sales division. We have the chronic, we'll just see them. So let me load that. I have a pie chart and let me just move it over here. So this is let me expand it so that it can see. So I need the most the quantity purchased by each sales division. So I need the sales division. I need that should go to my legend. That's my quantitative variable, and then I need the quantity sold or yeah quantity bought by the sales division, and that will go to my values. And as you can see, I have my pie chart telling me, and as I can see, the fraction that is occupying the sales division that is occupying the most fraction of the circle is the pain sales division, and then followed by the Jane sales division, and then followed by the pay. This we're using the legend to do that. And then number three, I need the most purchased product. So for the most purchased product, what I need is the quantity and I need the focus product. So for this, we are going to be using a stacked column chart. So this one over here. So I just again, make sure you double click outside. So we were here. And as you can see, if I click on this, it will change the chart. So for you to be, let me return it to a pie chart. So for you to be able to, now it's started, you must click outside the chart you are in. So then I go and double click on the stacked column chart. Let me just move it over here so that I can see it. So for the stacked column chart, I need, what are we doing? We are doing the most purchased product. So what I need is the focus product and I need the quantity. So for the y-axis is where I'll have the quantity because I need the values. Then for the x-axis, because I need the labels, I'll go by the focus product, okay? And voila. So here I have my most purchased product is Zalak, uh, followed by Esonix, then Zicoba, then Genocon, then Carboferon, all the way down. So then I need to be able to view these for each and every pharmacy. So pharmacy one, pharmacy two, pharmacy three. And so like in our previous video where we were just creating a very simple, I can call it a report because it's not a dashboard, a report, using a pivot tables and using the slicer. So we are going to apply still the same. We are going to use a slicer to be able now to, let me just use the word that it's in the tool, the slice each and every pharmacy. So I want to see for pharmacy one. I want to see for pharmacy two. I want to see for pharmacy three. I want to see for all the pharmacies. I can simply do that. So let me arrange this because I need the filter to be at the top. So let me just drag this a bit lower. Yeah, that's okay. Then I'll have to insert a filter. So remember, click outside the chart to be able to do so. I'll insert a button slicer. And then what I need is the field. So the field is the pharmacy. So I'll go that by that. And as you can see, I have pharmacy one, pharmacy two, pharmacy three. So I can check on that, check on that, check on, and as you can see, the charts are actually changing. You see. Okay, so I need it to be at the top. So that's if I'm creating a dashboard, I'd want the user to be able to be clicking, just clicking, and I'll need it to be easier for him or her to click that. So let me just adjust my charts to match or to be to so that they can be presentable and well distributed. So I'll move this to the center and hopefully, yeah, that's okay. And then I just extend this one so that it covers the whole space and extend the other side as well. And as I can see, I can just check pharmacy one and it changes. You can see all the charts change. Pharmacy two, all the charts change. Pharmacy three, all the change. And so if I have this now, I have a visualization that tells me which was the most approved product for each pharmacy, which from that pharmacy, which sales division bought more products than the other from that pharmacy. Then, which product was actually sold the most by each pharmacy? So you can see from those three, we can, you know, have a business insight because we're working with a very big company, and so you can have business insights on that company. You can tell them the most performing product, the lowest performing product, the product, the you see if now this is the big pharmacy, the bigger pharmacy. Let me just call it like that. And you can be able to tell this big pharmacy, this sales division is the one that is buying the most product. This sales division is the one that is buying the fewer products. This is our most bought product. You can see. And you can also say from this pharmacy is where we get our most product, from this pharmacy is where we get our least products, and so forth. So we're still not yet done because our visualization feels kind of dull. So if I look at my first visualization, which I created over here, I can see the bars have the same color, but we have different focus products. So I can want to change that and have different colors for each and every focus product. So how do I do that? You come over here and insert the legend, and where we have the focus product as our legend. Okay. But now since we already have, the y-axis labeled for each product, we don't need the key to tell this color represents its product. So I can just remove the legend and remain with my colors. So there we go. So for the pie chart, every sales division has its own color, which is okay. So now I can go to that visualization which you created and do the same. So I need the focus. I need to add the legend. So I'll just come over here and then add the focus product as the legend. And since again on my x-axis I have each and every product labeled, each not product, each and every bar labeled. So I still do not need the legend. So I'll just come over here and switch off the legend. And there we go. You can see now our visualization is starting to have taste. Okay. Then if you're presenting this data to a company and you see your titles say count of approval status by focus product in focus product, that title doesn't make sense. And you have the sum of RX quantity by sales division. It's still okay, but you can still want to change it. And you also have the last one as the formal sum of RX quantity by focus product and focus product. So you might want to change that. So to do that, I'll just come over here and go to this over here for much visual, then go to general. And then for our tag, I can call it the most purchased product, the most purchased product. And then for our pie chart, I can have it as well. So I click on the visual and I can have it as the quantity purchased by each sales division. So I can go to field sales general and then I can have quantity purchased by each sales division. And so it has a typing error over there where we have purchased. Just do that and click enter. Then I can have my first one as the most approved product. Let me just call it approved products, not the most approved. So products, because from the graph is where I can have the most approved products. So then I can have this one. Let me not call it the most. Then I can call it quantity purchased for each product. Then from that graph is when you can tell the most quantity, the most purchased product. Okay. So again over here, most of us are used to having rounded rectangles for a good visual. So I can just come over here again to get the yeah. So you go to format your visual, go to visual, then go to shape, and we can have a rounded rectangle. And it looks better. You see? Okay. So then if you want to change maybe the background of that, so you just come over here to view, and then you can have a different. Can maybe choose what the purple one, depending on what suits you and what suits the company. So you can see these. I did not extend it very well. I can put it at the middle. Okay, so I have that. So I can change almost everything I want. And as you can see, if you change the theme, even the colors do change, which is very good. And is yeah, it is very good. You can still have that. But for me, I love dark themes, so I'll just go with the original one. So there I have my sort of dashboard. It's not a dashboard. This is what you call a report. But if you have a work email, that is, if you're working for a company and you have a work email, and that company has subscribed maybe to a premium version of Microsoft, then you can be able to create a dashboard where you can now share it and the users can be able to interact with it and the company can be able to make decisions. Okay. So if again, I told you, if you want to see for pharmacy one, just click over here, go to pharmacy one and each and everything changes. Pharmacy two, pharmacy three. If you want for all the pharmacies, just uncheck. You just make sure there is no pharmacy clicked and you can see you have for each, you have the general view for each. So if I want to performance one and so forth. So if now this visual or this report here is going to be able to help the company be able to make a proper decision. So if I can see the most the for the approved product chart, I can see the most approved product was Lapnir. The least approved product was Zatan. And if I want to get the product that was most, come over here, that was in progress the most, so I can just uncheck approved. And so the most product that was in progress was SNX. So the company might want to know, why is SNX the most product that it's the one that is in the waiting bay. Okay. So if I want just to be approved, so that was my first and that was my objective. So I can see the nearest the most and Zatan is the least approved. So if I want to now export this and be able to, include this one in my report, you can just export this one as a PDF and go over here, export this one as PDF, and it's going to load. And once it's loaded, here you go. You have your visualization, a very good one. You can see. So I can see this is index for pharmacy one, and I can see the sales division bought 585 products. No, the pain sales division bought 585 products. The Jane bought 131 and the chronic bought 21. So I forgot something. So you can see this one you cannot be able to, coming over here and drag it down. It can take you a lot of time. So I can come over here and, include the data labels. So I come over here and turn on the data labels and it's turn on. And it's going to label the Labnir was approved, that 31 quantities were approved, 28, not quantities, products. 31 products, 28 products. And then still the same. Maybe you don't want the percentage over here. You can just say you want the data value only. Same to this, you can include the data labels and you have that on. And you can now be able to include that on a report and somebody can easily read through the products. Okay. Let me see. There's nothing else left, and you can use this one to make a business decision. Not necessarily. This one was, as I have called it, it's a big pharmacy which was purchasing product from smaller pharmacies or pharmacies, maybe to come up with a product. Okay, so this one can be used for your business, whether you're running, depending on the business you're running. You're running an electronic shop, you're running a hardware, you're running a shop, you're running a supermarket. You may want to know, which products sell the most, which products sell the least, which product brings me profit, which product bring me losses. You can see, you can be able to do this uh, in depending on whichever business you are doing, and you can now be able to concentrate more on products that bring you more profit, more on products that sell the most, and so forth and so forth. You just need to make sure uh, you have a digital way of putting in your data or keying in your data and a secure way to secure your data so that it's not accessed easily by unauthorized personnel. And now you can be able to have a person who's going to be able to help you draw those insights, and come up with visualizations as such. And yeah, we've come to the end of the video. If you found this video interesting, if you found this video to add value to you, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good time. Adios. Bye bye.